Hey Alexus, love beauties and flawless men. So we are gonna have a real conversation, and let's just start off with giving a hair update because I know we have not been here talking about the hair. So probably a few weeks ago, I went and got my hair done. I did not want her to perm my hair, but I wanted my hair curled, and she was like, oh, we can perm it, that's how you get the curls to look good. And I didn't really care about that. I feel like it's another way that you can just, press the hair out really, really good, and then you can curl it that way. But whatever, I let the lady put a perm in my hair. I haven't had a perm for about, I don't know how many years, and I wanted my hair cut short. She was like, oh, if you're trying to grow your hair, then you shouldn't cut it. You know how you go somewhere and you don't even want to debate with the people, and it's just what you want. If I want my hair cut short, then I want it cut short. If I want it to be natural, then I want it to be natural. But this time around, I let her out, just, clip my ends really good. As you can tell, she did a really good job, and I let her do the little perm or whatever. But babe, we're not doing that no more. So my hair it's been growing really, really good. She told me too that my hair needs to be moisturized, which I do battle with dry scalp. So I've been noticing more of moisturizing my hair. It has been growing a little faster. It has definitely been growing thicker, and I'm so glad that this perm is coming out of my hair because we're not doing it no more. Next time I say something, it's just going to be that. I'm not having a debate, or somebody else can do my hair that want to do it like that, because baby, we natural beauty, and I don't want the perms, the chemicals, the little braiding hair, none of that. I just want to, somebody do my regular hair, and me to learn how to do my regular hair as well. So just a quick hair update. Everything is looking good. But I've been hearing about something on social media about oil pulling, and I was like, what is oil pulling? And I seen people doing videos. They'll have coconut oil, and they'll be using it like mouthwash. Well, I learned about a few years ago that you can use natural things for a mouthwash. Like castor oil is really good, but I didn't know it was this whole movement about oil pulling. So today we're going to talk about my honest review with the oil pulling. I haven't used mouthwash in about 3 years, right? So I stopped using mouthwash 3 years ago, and I stopped wearing deodorant. It would have been a solid 2 years, but then I think sometime last year or the year before last, I was working in a warehouse and stuff. So I put the deodorant on for the sake of other people. Even though, I don't get musty like that or smell like that or nothing, but I still put the deodorant on for the sake of other people. But now I don't care really about the sake of nobody else but me, because I don't want to wear it. The reason I don't want to wear this stuff is because I know what it's doing to my body, period, and what it can do over a period of time. They constantly, and now it's coming out there telling us that the toothpaste and the deodorant has toxic chemicals that over a period of time, these things may not show up now, but they may show up when you get older, like dementia, Alzheimer's, memory loss, and that's not what I want. So I'm cutting the aluminum, cutting, the different things that I be using. So that's why I stopped using that. Deodorant and certain type of toothpastes and mouthwash. So I heard from an elder, this was an older man, he told me a few years ago that back in the day when the liquor stores were out of liquor, they would literally drink mouthwash that we used to swish our mouth with. They would drink that mouthwash because that alcohol is equivalent to liquor. That says a lot right there. So the way I look at mouthwash is the same way I look at everything else, all of the other products that we have. I look at them like it's just something to lay dormant. It lays the smell dormant. It lays, any type of odor or disease. It lays dormant, but it does not heal the problem. Putting deodorant on, they're the ones, science is the ones tying that to Alzheimer's and dementia and different things like that. And I'm glad they're giving us that information, but they're saying it comes from the aluminum in the deodorant. As a human, we have sweat ducts, we have sweat glands. Our skin is one of the largest organs, period. So we're breathing. So our skin is supposed to breathe. We're supposed to detox, but we do not do that. So wearing the deodorant, it doesn't allow our skin to breathe. So this is why we feel like we stink. We stink because we do not get this food and all of this toxic back out of our body. So it sits in there. Now we're trying to cover it up with stuff that doesn't heal the problem. And now we smell rotten when we feel like, oh my God, I can't can't leave the house without no deodorant. After so long of not wearing deodorant, the smell will go away. You have to let the stuff come out. And the way we stink, it's just the food we eat. It's the food we eat. It's the alcohol. It's the different things that we're eating and even putting on our skin. Makeup, perfume, the different toxic and chemicals, the different things that we put on our skin and put in our body is the reason why we stink. So I haven't worn deodorant because my armpits need to breathe. My body needs to sweat. We need to sweat. So the deodorant actually blocks the sweat glands from doing what they naturally supposed to do. Same thing with the toothpaste. The toothpaste removes a little bit of plaque from your mouth and makes your mouth feel good, makes your breath smell good. But how after somebody brush their teeth, their breath can still stink because we're not fixing the overall problem. We need to floss. We need to get that food out of our teeth, in between our teeth, and we need to make sure we have healthy gums. So that brings me to the oil pulling. I have just slightly did some research, and it's just basic information about it. Like, oil pulling is you'll use a natural oil like coconut or castor oil, and you'll use that instead of a mouthwash. Now, from personal experience and from the reviews that I've heard, when you're doing oil pulling, it does fight bad breath. It keeps your breath longer, fresher longer, and it pulls more plaque out of your mouth. And this is a more healthy alternative to keeping a healthy oral in general. So I spoke with my hygienist and I brought that up like a few weeks ago, and she was like, well, it's not something that we would tell people to do because we didn't necessarily learn about stuff like that. She said, but I had patients that came in and I seen like a decrease in the amount of plaque that they had in their mouth. So I've been hearing a lot of good things about that. It actually work. Then I was seeing stuff around the internet at the same time. I was like, I got oil, let me go ahead and try this. First, I tried with the castor oil. Let's talk about the castor oil. This is 100% pure castor oil, and it's something that I learned about castor oil. Castor oil is a very, very powerful oil, but there's a such thing as fake castor oil. And the fake, well, not necessarily fake, but it can either come from the castor nuts or it can come from a beaver sac. So there is castor oils that beavers have in their sacs. The male and female beaver, they both have these castor sacs. The castor oil can come from a beaver or it can come from the plant. We want it from the plant. And so castor oil has a lot of beautiful benefits. We'll actually get into castor oil on another day, but one of the benefits that I liked about using the castor oil is that it's thick. And when you wishing around in your mouth, now your saliva is mixing, so it might break it up quicker. I like the castor oil because it's thick, and you're supposed to wish this around for 15 minutes, which does make sense because you don't want to spit it out too quick because the castor oil is detoxing your mouth. So the castor oil is detoxing your teeth, your gums, your jaws, and it's deeply extracting all of the toxins that you may have in your mouth, which I believe to be true. After I use this castor oil, my mouth feels 100% clean, super clean. And another benefit that I've seen other people say, and I'm so glad it worked for me as well. Sometimes you might hear me get on the video, I might get a little choked up and I don't even want to pause real quick. But mucus, this castor oil has been bringing up mucus, which mucus comes from food. I'm learning that a lot of this mucus comes from meat, like chicken. You know how we'll look on the chicken and we're cleaning it and you'll see like the slime? That is the mucus from the animals. And when we fry that chicken up, that mucus, it turns to juice. So now we think, oh my God, we got juicy chicken. But really that's mucus from the animal. And I got that information from somebody, but I forgot who it was. I want to say Dr. Sabi, but I got that from somebody recently. I wasn't watching Dr. Sabi, so just know that information, I didn't, just come off the dome with that or nothing like that. we'll do our extended research and we'll come back and talk about mucus on a deeper level. But I did hear that a few weeks ago that our meats, and I think it was just on something on Facebook, that our meats have that mucus. Our chicken, a lot of the chicken has a lot of mucus, and that's what makes us sick. And I did hear Dr. Sabi's daughter talking about that as well on an interview, just as well as I heard Nipsey talking about it and Nick Cannon, because it is true. The meat is coming from the meat, all of that mucus. And when we have that mucus in our body, it is so easy for us to get infection because it's thick, and infection like to stick to it. So I'm trying to detox from the meat in general because it be too much going on. And I was like, oh my God, how can I get this mucus out? This is one of the natural ways that I've been pulling that mucus out. I'm telling you. I take a mouthful of the castor oil and I'll wish it around for 15 minutes or longer. I'm moving around the house. I'm doing different things. And when I spit it out, it's like everything comes out. All of the mucus comes out and everything. So I love the castor oil because it really pulls on that mucus. Imagine it's pulling on the mucus. It's pulling on everything else that's left behind in the mouth as well. And I was like, well, let me try the coconut oil because everybody talk about the coconut oil. I was like, let me try this. I don't really care for the coconut oil because it's already loose and it's solidified, so it changed into a liquid to a solid, liquid to a solid. So one day in the bathroom it'll be the solid. I'm trying to use it. It's a solid. I need a liquid. I don't really care for the coconut oil like that. When I used it, it broke down really quick. So I feel like I didn't even have 15 minutes to swish it around because it seemed like it was already water mixing with the saliva. I'm like, listen, I didn't really know that. Well, for me, the coconut oil, it didn't pull no mucus out. It didn't. It barely. Like, I couldn't even really tell. So I was like, So the coconut oil is okay. You can use coconut if you want to. A lot of people use coconut, but me personally, I'm going to stick to the castor because it's thicker and I get to wish it around longer. And I love how it's been pulling that mucus up. The people that I've been watching, they've been saying 15 minutes. And there was a doctor I pulled up on YouTube. She said 15 minutes, but you do not want to spit this in the sink. Over time, you keep spitting the oil in the sink over and over and over again. It's going to clog up the sink. So you want to spit this in the trash can or in the toilet. I say the trash can. Make sure the bag don't have no hole in it, honey. I use this as much as I brush my teeth twice a day. So I'm doing it. This is just my regular mouthwash, the castor oil. I always keep the coconut just for, something backup because you can buy this for $1.25, but I'm looking more towards the castor oil because I really love how this make my mouth feel, and I really love how it pulls that mucus up. Again, let's just touch back on some regular oral hygiene tips. Be sure to use a soft toothbrush. That way you can brush your gums. That way you can brush at the roof of your mouth. That way you can get oil in your teeth. When you're brushing your teeth, you want to get around the crown of your teeth. Now, first thing first, what my dentist just told me, before you even start brushing your teeth, you want to floss first. That is a direction in making sure that your mouth is actually getting clean. You want to floss. When you floss, the whole thing about flossing is getting around the teeth. That's where the food is stuck at. So if you don't know how to floss, I don't know, maybe, somewhere in this relationship, we'll end up doing that. Maybe I might have a demo to do it on somebody else because I tried it already and it was all over the place, honey. But you want to floss between your teeth. You want to floss around your teeth. Like, it's a strategic way that you want to do that. And that way you can pull that out. Now, after you floss, you want to brush with your soft brush and a really good toothpaste. It's important. My dentist put me on the Crest Pro Health because of the benefits that it have. Because remember, I told y'all we had, gingivitis one time, and that came from me not flossing that back area. Gingivitis is curable, but some of those mouth diseases is not, so that's why we want to stay away from that. He told me to use the Pro Health, and I do, because it helps the cavities, the gums, the enamel, sensitivity, plaque to tar. It whitens and it freshens breath, and it protects 100% of the whole mouth. This is formulated with amino acid and glycerin, which is really good. And it's for sensitive and enamel shields. So I love the Pro Crest toothpaste. If you get this from like a regular Family Dollar, it can run you $8 for a tube. But if you go get this from the Dollar Tree, you can get this name brand toothpaste for $1.25. So don't ever think when you see something, you be like, bro, ain't nobody have to pay $9 for no toothpaste. On hard days when the dollar store didn't have it, I did, because you need it. And if it's not hard days, it's in stock at the dollar store, get it from the dollar store. It's the same place, it's just being sold at a different, you know, location. It's the same good product. So this is a really good toothpaste to use after your toothpaste. Whatever you couldn't pick up with your floss, whatever didn't get through with the toothpaste and the toothbrush, this is why the oil pulling is so important, because this oil is so powerful. It's going to go in and pull everything else that you could not pull out from doing these things. So the most important thing my dentist told me was you want to floss first. That way when you brush, you're going to be, you know, that way the toothpaste and, you know, the gristles of the toothbrush is actually going through your teeth. Imagine you eat and you just brush your teeth. The food is still going to be stuck in between your teeth. And when you have food in your teeth, then again, it's not good oral hygiene, because it's food in your teeth. That food staying in your teeth for so long can cause gum disease. You have to get that food out. You have your own hormones, and everything else that you're eating has hormones. Plants have hormones. Fruits and vegetables have hormones. Most importantly, animals have hormones. So you do not want that stuff sitting in your mouth. You definitely don't want it sitting in your body, and that's why we stink. That's why we feel like we can't just use water on our genitals, because oh my God, it's gonna stink down there. This is why we feel like we can't take a break on the deodorant, because we be like, bro, ain't nobody trying to be musty, because we're so afraid of stink. We need to let that stuff out. We need to regularly detox. When you floss, you brush, whatever you miss, you go in with that castor oil, and it's gonna pull it all out. Me personally, I really love this routine. This is a really good oral hygiene routine, and I ain't gonna lie, people were saying that it makes your teeth whiter with the coconut as well. If it makes the teeth whiter with the coconut, then I would have to believe it makes the teeth whiter with the castor, but we're still doing our extended research on that. Honestly, when I looked into it, it was just people saying the same. It's not really too much extended research, because it's just things that people know to use. So, you know, it may not be no scientific research behind it, but the reviews was good enough for me. My review is an honest review. It really works. I love the way it keeps my mouth feeling healthy, clean, my breath be smelling good, and I love how it pulls that mucus up. So do your extended research. Be sure to watch some other reviews on YouTube, look some stuff up on Google, and go ahead and give it a try. Castor oil may be a little bit expensive. The coconut oil, you can get this for $1.25. You can get this from Wholesale Supply Plus. This was £1, and I think this was like $8. Just regular castor oil, but be sure it's real castor oil. If you want to be certain, you can get organic castor oil. Just make sure that you're getting real castor oil. We don't want our castor oil coming from beaver sacks. Like, that's not what we want. And I'm sure it's probably going to be hard to tell something like that, but this is why I get my, you know, my castor oil from a trusted supplier, because I know it's real. But you can use any one of these that you would like. Me personally, I'm gonna have to go with the castor oil, because it really does cleanse out my throat. I'm telling you, it be pulling it directly from my throat, and I love that. It's just, we gotta cut down on that food, honey. Cut down on that food, cut down on the meats and all of that other food that causes mucus. We won't have no problems, but it is such an honor to know I can use something natural like castor oil to just bring that up, honey, and just get that stuff out of my throat. Be sure to never swallow mucus. You want to spit that stuff out every single time, no matter if you're brushing your teeth, no matter what. Spit the mucus out, because it is not good. It is a sign that your body is telling you, hey, you know, we're trying to detox. Your body trying to push it out, get it out. You feel like you might be a little musty, let that arm breathe, let that arm be musty. Don't go around nobody, your body be trying to talk to you like, hey, you know, I need a break. I don't need you to keep spraying perfume on me. I need you to, you know, soak in the bath water. I need you to, you know, stop just using mouthwash. I need you to actually brush your teeth, you know, different things like that. So we do have to pay attention to our body. Y'all, I am so geeked. I'm about to get ready to go brush my teeth right now. I just wanted to stop and let y'all know that I've been hearing about this oil pulling. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Out of the coconut and the castor, I have to go with the castor. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave down below in the comment sections when you do this which one do you prefer? I want you to try both. I do want you to try both. That way you can get the experience. Because like I said, if I can't get castor, I'm definitely going to get coconut oil. But leave down below when you try both of them, which one you like the best. Alexus love has to go with the castor oil. Alexus loves you. Mwah.